Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Divine Feminine Healers podcast. It is your host, Angelica, and today is an energy update as we have now entered into a new season, Virgo season, which is signified by the sun moving from Leo into Virgo, according to Western astrology. Now, Virgo, we've already had a taste of Virgo because Mercury was retrograde into Virgo. So Mercury represents communication, the mind, creativity, and a lot of what we were doing with Mercury in retrograde was doing a lot of cleanup work in this area of our life. Now, it's first important to understand what Virgo represents so then we can better understand what it means when these planets are transiting in this beautiful sign. So Virgo is depicted as the goddess of purification, and she's a nurturer. She loves to garden. She loves to nourish with food. She's an earth sign. When we talk about Virgo as the goddess and the goddess of purification, a lot of times during Virgo season, or when we have very big Virgo transits, we have this desire to purify, to cleanse. So a lot of Mercury retrograde was cleaning out old ways of communicating and also just creating space in our lives that could have literally looked like cleaning out our closets or partaking in a cleanse to clean up our diet. So if you didn't already do that during our last Mercury retrograde, which was August 4th through August 28th, then you may feel called to do it now as the sun is in Virgo. It's a little bit of cleanup time. And naturally, in our Western world and in Northern Hemisphere, we know this because September is usually when the kids go back to school, when we start new habits, and when we clean out our closets of all of the summer clothes and we create space for the fall and for the winter clothes. I remember like as a kid, we always had these bins and containers, and it was like this huge chore that we did every spring and every fall where we tucked away all the summer clothes, and then we created space for all the fall and the winter stuff. So that's basically what you may feel called to do right now. I know during my Mercury retrograde cycle, I felt very called to do a huge cleanse in my diet. And then I also did a purging of my closet, and I got rid of a lot of old clothes. And I was just looking at my closet this morning and I was thinking like, I think that I could go around another round again. And there's some things that I think I'm holding on to that I can really start to let go of and create even more space. So just kind of notice what wants to be cleared in your life right now and how you can carve out space in time to get rid of it and to let go of it. And that often is sometimes the most difficult part, is being able to let go of things in your life that are pretty good in order to make space for what is great. And that's definitely the theme right now with Virgo season, and especially with the new moon that's going to be in Virgo coming up this coming week. So that will be on Tuesday, September 3rd. I'm going to get into the new moon in a second, but still, let's hang on to Virgo. So Virgo is about purification. She is also about being organized. So those who have strong placements of Virgo, meaning usually your sun, moon, or rising lands in the sign of Virgo, those are the friends that love a schedule. They love to color code their schedule. They love a plan. So if you are this type of person, you really thrive during the season because you can really get clear on your calendar. And if you're not someone where this becomes easy for you, I shared some of my tips for those that have a hard time getting organized on my Instagram page. You can check out my post, Virgo season, for each energy type at Angelica_feminine_healer. But this is a good time to get organized. So look at your Apple calendar. Do you have everything aligned for the rest of the year? For my entrepreneurs, have you planned out the rest of 2024 and even going into 2025? What is your plan? What is your trajectory? Is your calendars linked up to your iPhone calendars? Like, just notice where you kind of need to get organized. Again, similarly, we naturally do this as the kids go back to school. You have to get clear on their calendars. You got to know when they have their days off. You got to know when they're going to soccer, when they have after school pickup, and all of these type of things. So now is the time to get organized. And Virgo is also the goddess. She's like the ultimate nurturer. So she loves to cook. She loves to garden. So around this time, what may feel really supportive to you For example, when you do that huge cleaning project and you clean out the closet, is having like a really nice, warm, and yummy, delicious meal waiting for you on your dining room table after you embark on that cleaning project. You may also want to tend to your garden. Maybe you're planting new herbs or new flowers, getting ready for the fall and the winter. It's very much this energy of connecting with the earth element, which is food, which is flowers, digging our hands into the dirt and connecting with nature and receiving support in the meantime. So you don't have to do these things all alone, especially if you're not organizing, like doesn't come natural to you. Make sure that you're asking your loved ones to support through you and through this time. Now, the shadow side to Virgo is that she can be a perfectionist sometimes. Sometimes it's like that color coding just gets so specific and she needs everything to be perfect and running perfect. And when the show does not go according to plan, watch out. It gets a little bit scary. And this is only because there is a harsh inner critic voice that sometimes comes out with Virgo. She likes everything being organized, all your ducks in a row, but as we know, that's not how life works. Life is about being in flow. Life is, you know what? Sometimes I have to just be in the present and notice that life is telling me I have to go left instead of my calendar that told me I was going to go right today, and that's okay. So a really good practice to do during Virgo season is just to bring awareness to when you have this inner critic voice. Where are you judging yourself? And to meet that voice with lots of tenderness, love, and compassion. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have errors. It's only natural. We're only human. How can you really start to understand yourself even more in those moments and learn to love yourself even more through it all? So as we head into our new moon in Virgo on Tuesday, September 3rd, the theme is letting go of what is good to let in what is great. So think about your closet as a really simple example. And there's certain tops that I'll look at and I'll go, yeah, I could wear this. This is just kind of fine to have. But when I put it on, I don't really feel great. I don't really feel like my best self. It's just kind of there. And then there's certain other tops and clothes in my closet that I get very excited and I light up when I wear them. And I'm probably wearing them like 90% of the time. But the stuff that I only wear 10% of the time or I haven't worn in a year and I'm really afraid to let go of, I think, oh no, but what if I'll need it? What if there's a certain circumstance, well, I'll have to wear that shirt and I'll wish that I had it. Of course, that has definitely happened to me before. I gave away something and I'm like, oh, this would have been the perfect opportunity to wear that thing. However, there's also this bit of trust of most of the time when I let go of those clothes that I wasn't feeling really excited about, I don't think about it ever again. I don't recall it. I don't remember it. It's out of my field. And now I have more space. I have less clutter and I can feel more calm and more at peace. Well, we can think about that in our everyday lives. There's an area of your life during Virgo season that wants to clear the clutter, clear the chaos so that you can find your inner goddess, your inner sense of peace. The goddess who just loves to garden, loves to nurture, loves to be supportive. You can only do that when your space is really clear and you're not letting in a lot of that clutter. So I have some journal prompts that can help you to understand what needs to clear. For one, do you judge yourself for making changes in your life? So I ask this because right now, in order to clear space and to make space for what is great, that is you letting go of a past identity and stepping into a new one. I noticed when I was cleaning out my closet, I'm just using this metaphor throughout the whole podcast now because that's what we're rolling with. I noticed that there was a certain identity with the clothes that I was releasing and letting go of. This person that I used to be that felt really truthful to who I was maybe 4 years ago. And now 4 years later, it doesn't resonate with me anymore. So when we clear out things in our life, we are letting go of an old identity and making space for a new one. Why it feels hard to let go of that old identity is because we can cling to that identity of who we thought we were and judge ourselves in certain ways. So why are you judging yourself for change? Do you judge yourself for making changes in your life in general? Do you judge yourself for having new desires? And why are you so hard on yourself in this area of your life? Oftentimes, we don't want to disappoint the people that we know and we love because they get triggered when we start making changes. They're like, you changed, you're a different person. When in reality, they have just attached themselves to our old identity so much that they're afraid to let it go too. So the only way that we can all grow and evolve is if we inspire them to be their best and their best future self. So really getting down to where you judge yourself for making these changes in your life is really at the heart of what keeps you from clearing out those old identities. And how is this keeping you stuck? When you cling to these old identities, when you cling to more stuff in your field, whether that's in your mind, holding on to limiting beliefs, whether that's in your closet, holding on to old clothes, how is this keeping you stuck? How is this actually holding you back from going closer towards your future dreams and your future goals? And then what area of your life is requiring you now to create space? For some of you, you should know right away intuitively. Is it the home? Is it your home life? Is it relationships? Is it career? Is it your environment? Where are you feeling like cluttered and overwhelmed? What needs to clear space? And what are you attached to in that area of your life? Are you attached to what your old life was? Are you attached to certain beliefs that you have about yourself? And then lastly, what new beliefs are you forming? And what is your most ideal version of yourself? Now, I don't want to use the word perfect because there's no such thing, right? But being Virgo season, what would your most perfect self look like? And I know that's going to show up as imperfections. I know that's going to show up in a lot of ways that wouldn't be our cultural version of perfection. But what does that mean for you? Getting really clear on what that vision is of your perfect self and being able to let go of anything that is keeping you in your old identity and keeping you from stepping into that. This is what this season is truly all about. So if you are really wanting more support moving through Virgo season, I am offering a special guest pass for those who are listening to join my new moon ceremony this Tuesday, September 3rd. This Tuesday, September 3rd, we're going to dive deep into all of these questions, and it's going to be a Reiki healing experience. This is because I have my Reiki I and II certification program starting in early September. This is to become an energy healer. And if you've been curious on wanting to strengthen your intuitive gifts and wanting to connect deeper to yourself and your spirituality, these moon ceremonies I've been doing for the past 6 years have been the best. So if you want a guest pass, you can just send me an email or a DM. I'll have that linked below, and email or DM me guest, and I will send you the invite to join our moon ceremony. And with the Reiki healing experience, I administer the Reiki energy so that you're able to clear energetic blockages, and I also deliver personal intuitive messages from your guides to you. These ceremonies are super grounding, they bring you at peace, and they connect you to your highest self, that most ideal version of yourself. They're super fun and done in a very supportive environment. So please send me a message if you would like to join this limited time offer. And if you would like to become a Reiki healer, now is the time. Now is the time to step into your intuitive gifts, to strengthen them, to become the healer you were always meant to be. And I will have the link in the show notes to sign up for my Reiki I and II certification program. It's a 2-day online certification program to become an energy healer, one of my favorite trainings yet. And I only do it once a year. So now is the time to join. All right, everyone, that is all I have for you today. I'm so excited for Virgo season. We're getting all of our ducks in a row, organized, clearing the clutter and chaos. And thank God, because Mercury retrograde is officially over. We're in the shadow period now until about September 9th. So you may feel a little more glitches happening, a little more integration, but we're pretty much in the clear before we start eclipse season and more changes are on the horizon. So enjoy this time of rest, of integration and forward movement. And I will be on the podcast next week. I'm super excited for my guest, who is a hypnotherapist, sharing all about this healing modality that has catastrophically changed her life, and such crazy client stories I cannot wait to share with you all. So I will see you all next time. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.